God says, I need your 2 minutes only. Angels are speaking about your body because something serious is happening. Please don't ignore this. Something important is unfolding. Open it now before it's too late. This warning was meant to reach you, my beloved child. I ask you to pause for only 2 minutes and listen to what your body and your heart have been trying to tell you for a long time. Do not rush past this moment as though it were merely another voice among the countless sounds surrounding you. I am not drawing you back through threats, nor do I want you to panic over what you do not yet understand. I am calling you because of mercy, because you have become accustomed to living too quickly, enduring for too long, and overlooking the signs that reveal your need for care. There were times when you forced yourself to continue, even though your strength was gone, tried to smile, while everything within you felt heavy, and told yourself that one night of rest would make everything disappear. But I know there are things that cannot remain hidden forever beneath constant busyness. Therefore, stay here, take a deep breath, and allow peace to enter the place that has been filled with anxiety for far too long. I have seen the days when your strength suddenly failed you, the mornings when you awakened, still feeling as exhausted as though you had never rested, and the pains that appeared and left you confused because you did not know where they came from. I know the heaviness that made you want only to lie still, the moments when breathing no longer felt easy, and the times when you had to make an enormous effort simply to complete tasks that once seemed ordinary. There were moments when you blamed yourself, believing you lacked resilience or did not possess enough faith. But I do not look at you that way. Weariness is not a failure, and admitting that you need help does not make you weak. Honesty is the first step toward wisdom. I want you to stop treating pain like a secret that must be hidden, stop suffering in isolation, and stop delaying the care you deserve to receive. You need to understand that not every symptom is evidence of an invisible attack, and I do not want you to live in fear whenever your body sends a warning. Some causes are related to health and need careful examination. Some conditions arise from lack of sleep, prolonged stress, insufficient nutrition, or an illness that requires evaluation by a qualified professional. I can lead you toward help through knowledge, medicine testing, appropriate treatment, and the devoted hands of those trained to preserve life. Do not allow anyone's words to make you neglect medical care. If you are experiencing symptoms that are serious, persistent, or unusual, seek appropriate help. Faith does not require you to close your eyes to reality. Faith enables you to face reality without being ruled by fear. Yet I also know there is a battle taking place in the way you think about yourself. The greatest enemy does not always appear as a mysterious external force. Sometimes it enters through quiet whispers that tempt you to give up, telling you that you will never recover, that your future has already closed, or that you have become nothing more than a burden to others. Those words exhaust you more than pain itself. They steal your desire to care for yourself, cause you to avoid support, and make you withdraw from the people who love you. I want you to recognize that voices leading you into despair have no authority to determine your life. You still have value on your weakest days. You are still loved when you cannot do as much as you once did. You still have a purpose, even when your present journey consists only of very small steps. I have never based your worth on physical strength, productivity, or your ability to please everyone. You belonged to me before you accomplished anything, and you remain mine when your strength declines. I am not disappointed, when you need rest, and I do not blame you for having to move slowly. I want you to learn the difference between perseverance and wearing yourself away. Perseverance does not mean ignoring your limits until you collapse. Courage does not mean remaining silent about pain. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is tell a trustworthy person that you are not well, schedule the appointment you need, or allow yourself to stop before it is too late. I did not call you to live like a vessel that must always pour out, even when it has become empty. I want you to be filled, restored, and treated with gentleness. You once feared that what was happening would prevent you from fulfilling your calling. You looked at your present weakness and assumed that every dream had become distant. But the purpose I placed within you is not fulfilled only on days when you are healthy and full of energy. Sometimes a season of weakness teaches compassion that strength could never teach. It helps you see the pain of others, speak with tenderness, and stop judging those who move slowly. These experiences do not need to be glorified, as though suffering itself were good, but they can still be transformed into understanding, maturity, and deeper love. I can use even the difficult days to enlarge your heart, not to destroy your future. Let these 2 minutes become a time when you examine the way you have been living. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating and resting with the respect you deserve? Are you remaining in environments that drain you because you fear disappointing others? Are you carrying responsibilities that never belonged to you, and then quietly resenting the fact that no one recognizes your sacrifice? I want to heal not only what hurts, but also the habits that repeatedly push you back into exhaustion. I will teach you to establish healthy boundaries, to stop at the right time, and to understand that you do not have to rescue everyone in order to prove that you are a good person. Caring for yourself is not selfish. It is how you honor the gift of life entrusted to you. Do not force yourself to experience an immediate change after this moment. Healing may come as a process, through many patient days, many wise choices, and many times when you must begin again. There will be days when you feel stronger, but there may also be days when weariness returns. Do not interpret one difficult day as evidence that every good thing has disappeared. Restoration rarely follows a straight line. I want you to learn to recognize the small signs: deeper sleep, a morning that feels less heavy, a moment when you know how to say no to something beyond your strength, or a test result that helps you understand what needs to be done. These steps may not be dramatic, but they are creating the road that leads you back towards stability. I also want you to free yourself from the shame of having days when you do not have enough strength to pray or think positively. You do not have to remain strong in order for me to be near. When you cannot find words, let silence become your prayer. When your thoughts are confused, focus only on one breath. When fear rises, remind yourself that you do not need to know everything about tomorrow in order to move through today. I do not require you to conquer every thought in a single night. I simply invite you to choose once more to believe that you deserve help, that you deserve healing, and that you deserve to live a life not defined by pain. My beloved child, I will fight for you not by filling you with fear about forces pursuing you, but by drawing you out of despair, restoring clarity, and leading you toward people, decisions, and resources that can support you. I will protect you from the voice that says you must suffer alone. I will remind you not to stop taking medication, not to delay necessary examinations, and not to entrust your health to irresponsible promises. I will teach you to pray and act, to hope and care for yourself with understanding true. Peace does not make you passive. It helps you do what is necessary without panic. Now place your hands down, relax the places that have become tense, and allow yourself to rest in this moment. You are not forgotten, condemned, or destined to become a target of failure. Your future has not ended, simply because you are weak today. I can still lead you toward brighter days, where you learn to listen to your body, honor your limits, and live with deeper peace. Remain with me not because you fear losing a miracle, but because you are learning not to lose yourself. If you desire to say Amen, let that word become your agreement, that from this day forward you will stop dismissing the signs, stop suffering in silence, and begin cooperating with healing through faith, wisdom, and loving steps. You have never been forgotten. For even in the tears, no one saw. I was there quietly preserving you through every weary breath. I know there were days when your body spoke through symptoms that filled you with anxiety, while your mind searched for an explanation. Strong enough to bring peace, you sought help, listened to professionals, and tried to understand what was happening. Yet deep within you, still sensed an invitation to live with greater awareness. Understand that I am not leading you into fear, nor do I want you to distrust the care and guidance you need. I want you to value the life given to you each day, to listen to your body with wisdom, to seek appropriate support, and at the same time to open your heart, to recognize what within you needs healing, order, and renewal. I have seen the times when you prayed in pain, without knowing how to name what you were feeling. Sometimes all you could do was sit still, place your hand upon the place that troubled you, and wonder why this journey had lasted so long. I do not blame you for being tired, nor do I consider confusion a sign of weak faith. You are human, and vulnerability does not make you less valuable before me. But I want to use this very season to teach you to pause, observe, and live more deeply. Stop dismissing the signals of your body simply because you have become accustomed to enduring. Do not call exhaustion responsibility. Do not call sleeplessness normal, and do not treat ongoing pain as something you must carry silently. The awareness I desire in you is not panic over every symptom, but wisdom that knows when to rest, when to speak, and when to seek appropriate care. Your body is not a tool to be exploited until it is empty, and only then remembered. It is the place through which you are present in this life, the place from which you love, work, serve, and fulfill the good things placed within your heart. Therefore, caring for your body is not selfish, nor does it reveal a lack of faith. When you eat with moderation, sleep sufficiently, move in ways appropriate for you, follow necessary medical guidance, and avoid what weakens you, you are learning to honor the gift of life. I do not call you to enter the future with a neglected body and a mind under constant pressure. I want you to walk with balance, understand your limits, and possess enough humility to receive help. True strength is not measured by how long you endure, but by your ability to recognize what must change before weariness becomes an overwhelming cry. Perhaps you have wondered why you must pass through such a heavy season, especially when you have tried to live well and continually asked for peace. Remember that pain is not always punishment, and difficulty is not proof that you have been abandoned. Life contains limitations, imperfections, and events whose causes are not always immediately understood. Yet I can use even the difficult days to teach you to value yourself more deeply, recognize what is draining you, and stop living only to please others. Sometimes restoration begins when you finally say that you are not well. Sometimes it begins with an appointment you have delayed, a habit that needs changing, or a relationship in which you must establish clear boundaries. I do not want you merely to continue existing. I want you to live in order, peace, and respect for your own life. Do not let dark thoughts convince you that you are fighting alone. When you feel exhausted, remember that exhaustion is not your identity. When you feel lonely, remember that the feeling is not the whole truth. I still place around you hands that can support you, people who can listen, and pathways of healing you have not yet fully seen. You do not have to solve everything alone in order to prove that you are strong. Allow trustworthy people into this journey. Speak honestly to someone who can help. Receive care without shame. I can use wise counsel, a timely conversation, an appropriate treatment plan, or necessary rest to lead you back towards stability. Do not limit the way I support you to the single form you expected. I also know how often you have been worn down by thoughts that repeat without end. You fear the worst, then blame yourself for being afraid. You try to appear calm while inwardly preparing for a disaster that may never happen. Pause and return to the present moment. Breathe slowly, place a hand over your chest, and remind yourself that you are here in this moment under my care. Do not turn every small change into a sentence against your future. Observe calmly, take note of what matters, and seek trustworthy explanations, rather than allowing fear to write its own story. I do not guide you through panic. My voice always leads you toward clarity, responsibility, and peace. When a thought steals your sleep, isolates you, and fills you with despair, know that you do not have to bow before it. You do not need to be perfect to be loved by me, nor do you have to prove your strength in order to receive my protection. What I desire from you now is sincere attention to your body, your emotions, the habits draining your energy, and the words you use when speaking to yourself. There were days when you treated yourself more harshly than anyone else did. You called yourself weak when you needed rest, useless when you could not finish everything, and a failure when recovery moved slowly. But I do not speak to you in that tone. I call you with gentleness. I see the effort behind every small step, and I know there are victories no one else recognizes. Waking up, drinking water, taking medication as directed, eating a nourishing meal, leaving the bed, and opening the door to let light enter may all become precious milestones. On a difficult day, give me a quiet space, not to search for signs that increase your fear, but to hear the peace that has been covered by noise in that stillness. Be honest about what you need. Perhaps you need rest without guilt. Perhaps you need to forgive yourself for not recognizing your limits sooner. Perhaps you need to release a schedule that is exhausting you, or courageously tell someone that you can no longer carry a responsibility that does not belong to you. I want to open your eyes to what has quietly been stealing your strength, not cause you to see danger everywhere. True awareness does not make you shrink. It helps you choose more wisely, slow down, and protect what precious life has been entrusted to you. My beloved child, your future is not built upon exhaustion. The good things ahead require a person who knows how to preserve peace, honor limitations, and refuse to sacrifice health in pursuit of approval. I am teaching you to live according to a new rhythm, where effort walks beside rest, trust beside responsibility, and hope beside practical action. You do not have to hurry to become who you were before, because I may be leading you toward a healthier way of living than you have ever known. Do not merely desire the pain to end so that you can return to former habits. Allow this season to transform the way you view time, work, relationships, and your own worth. Therefore, stop overlooking yourself. Continue listening to qualified professionals, monitor the signs that matter, and seek timely help when your condition causes concern. At the same time, place before me the fear that has stolen your peace. You are being protected, not so that you may live carelessly, but so that you may walk in wisdom. You are loved, not because you are strong, but because you are my child. Even if you feel weary today, I still see the capacity for recovery growing little by little within you. Even if you do not yet possess every answer, you can still take the next right step. Remain in peace, care for your body with gratitude, and do not feel ashamed when you need others to walk beside you. I did not leave you during the darkest days, and I will not leave you on the path back towards stability, clarity, and peace. Remember this: the changes taking place in your body are not a sentence I have placed upon your life, nor are they evidence that I have abandoned you. I do not stand above you counting mistakes and using pain as a whip of punishment. I am your Father, and my heart is always inclined toward your life, restoration, and peace. There are times when weariness appears as a reminder that you have gone too far without resting, cared for everyone while neglecting yourself, and held too much heaviness within without speaking. What you are experiencing does not necessarily mark the end. It can become the moment that causes you to stop, look more deeply, and begin treating yourself with the same gentleness I have always shown you. I know how easily you panic when an unusual symptom appears. Your mind immediately runs toward the worst possibilities, building countless scenarios and exhausting you before the truth has been clarified. But my beloved child, fear does not help you see more clearly. It only causes the unknown to appear larger than it is. I want you to learn to listen calmly to your body, notice what is happening, and seek the necessary care with a clear heart. Drawing near to me does not mean denying symptoms, rejecting professional advice, or pretending that you are not in pain. On the contrary, trust gives you the courage to face the truth, undergo examinations when necessary, follow appropriate care, and remain faithful to healthy choices you once delayed. Do not call every discomfort a disaster, but neither ignore what your body is trying to tell you. I gave you the ability to recognize limits, sense instability, and seek help. Wisdom is also a gift. Sometimes I bring restoration through timely rest, sometimes through a professional, a necessary test, suitable treatment, or a small change maintained each day. Do not set faith against care. I can work through many ordinary pathways that you once considered insufficiently spiritual. Adjusted sleep, nutritious meals, gentle movement, an honest conversation, or the decision to stop up before complete exhaustion may become the first stones in the foundation of recovery. I see what lies beneath your ordinary appearance. I know where tension remains, where you have endured for too long, and what needs patient attention. But I also want you to understand that you do not need to imagine every inner change and force yourself to believe everything has been completed in a single moment. True healing does not require spectacle. Some processes unfold quickly. Others require time, discipline, and companionship. Do not be discouraged if you are still tired today. Do not condemn yourself when pain has not disappeared as you hoped. You have not failed simply because your body needs more time. I do not measure your faith by the speed of your recovery. I see courage in every day you continue choosing to care for yourself, even without seeing the full result. What I need from you is not recklessness, nor an attitude determined to prove how strong you are. I desire that you release fear, stubbornness, and the need to control everything. Come to me as a child who can admit being worried, hurting, and unsure of the next step. You do not need to hide confusion beneath impressive words. Speak honestly with me. Give me the part you cannot resolve by yourself, then calmly fulfill the responsibility that remains in your hands. Surrender is not sitting still and waiting for everything to change on its own. It is moving forward without allowing panic to rule, you doing what is right today and refusing to torture yourself with questions that still have no answer. No diagnosis has the authority to become your entire identity. A medical result may describe a condition requiring attention, but it cannot measure your full worth, purpose, or ability to live a meaningful life. You are not the name of a disease. You are more than numbers on a page, repeated appointments, or limitations that may be temporary. You remain my child, still possessing dignity, still able to love, create, learn, and bring goodness to others. Allow medical information to guide your care, but do not permit it to become a sentence that causes you to abandon hope. Truth must be acknowledged, but hope must also be preserved. I have been with you since your first breath, and I remain with you in every breath you take today. When you are weary, I am not angry. When you are afraid, I am not ashamed of you. When you need another person's help, I do not consider you weak. There are seasons when you need to be supported, rather than always being the one who supports others. There are times when you must learn to receive care without feeling like a burden. You have been strong for so long that admitting your needs feels uncomfortable, but humility also includes allowing others to accompany you. I can use family, friends, caregivers, and knowledgeable professionals to help you move through this part of the journey. When symptoms appear, do not respond to them with hatred toward yourself. Do not insult your body because it is weak, and do not speak hopeless words that pronounce judgment over your future. Speak calmly to yourself. You will listen. You will seek understanding. You will receive help, and you will not allow fear to take control. Your words are not magic, but they can guide the way you move forward. Hopeful words help preserve endurance. Wise words remind you not to act impulsively. Gentle words help your body and mind move out of prolonged tension. I do not want you to use faith to deny reality. I want faith to help you face reality without being consumed by it. Give me the anger you still carry, because you have had to suffer for so long. Perhaps you asked why others seem healthy while you must continue fighting. Perhaps you felt betrayed by your own body or disappointed because your prayers did not bring the result you expected. I am not afraid of those questions. You may bring all of them to me without making them sound beautiful. I will not leave because you are grieving or doubting. I will sit with you in the place where answers have not yet come, sustain you day by day, and teach you that my presence is not proven only through immediate results. Sometimes the first thing I restore is your ability to hope, your ability to sleep in peace, and your ability to stop viewing yourself as someone whose future has already been decided, my beloved child. Let this season become the beginning of a gentle awakening. Learn to honor your body, protect your time of rest, move away from what exhausts you, and recognize when you need support. Lay down the pride that causes you always to say, "You are fine." Release the belief that your worth depends on overcoming everything alone. I do not require you to win through your own strength. I invite you to walk with me one steady, practical, hopeful step at a time. You may not yet see complete restoration, but you can begin living like someone who is being cared for rather than someone who has been abandoned. I will not allow pain to write the final line of your story. Whatever form the road of recovery takes, I can still bring from it maturity, compassion, and a deeper life. Give me what frightens you, but also open your hands to receive the help I place before you. Rest when rest is needed. Seek treatment when treatment is needed. Speak when you need to speak, and remain patient with every small change. You do not have to break every chain by yourself in one night. I am your father, and I will accompany you through days of visible progress and days that seem motionless. You are not being punished. You are being invited back into wisdom, care, and the hope that many beautiful pages still remain ahead. When discomfort appears, you do not need to pretend that you feel nothing. Faith is not the denial of reality. Faith is refusing to allow present reality to lock the future. You can admit that you are tired today while still believing tomorrow may be better. You can say that you are hurting without declaring that you will always hurt. You can need help without considering yourself weak. I do not ask you to prove faith by suffering alone. Receive proper care, listen to wise guidance, and allow capable people to support you. I may place healing in devoted hands and ordinary methods that you once considered insufficiently spiritual. Learn to rest without guilt. Your body is not a tool to be forced until it is empty. It is the place where life has been entrusted, and it must be cared for with respect. Sometimes what you need is not to try a little harder, but to stop and listen. Drink water, eat with order, allow yourself to sleep, let daylight touch your face, and allow your breathing to become slow again. These small things do not make you less strong. On the contrary, they are ways of cooperating with the restoration already taking place. I do not work only in dramatic moments. I am also present in every gentle choice you make for yourself. I know that days of illness or exhaustion can make you feel like a burden. You hesitate to speak about your pain because you fear troubling others. You attempt to handle everything alone, even when your strength has already run out. But you are not an inconvenience in my eyes. Your worth does not decrease because you need care. You are no less precious on a day when you must remain still than on a day when you accomplish much. I do not love you according to productivity, achievement, or your ability to stand without help. Even when all you can do is breathe and pass through 1 hour at a time, you are still fully cherished by me. Let that truth remove the pressure to always appear well. Perhaps you have hoped and been disappointed many times, and now you no longer dare to expect anything. You fear that believing again will only bring more pain. I understand that hesitation, but I do not want old memories to lock the door of peace. You do not need to create an intense emotion in order to prove that you have faith. Simply choose each day not to give up. Continue caring for yourself. Continue receiving help, and continue allowing hope to hold even a small place in your heart. A flame does not need to become a great fire immediately. It only needs to remain alive. I can begin with that fragile trust and lead you farther than you imagine. I am renewing not only your strength, but also the way you look at the days ahead. Your mind will gradually become clearer, cycles of panic will lose their power, and your sleep will begin to find a peaceful rhythm again. You will learn to wake without immediately searching for something wrong. You will be able to enjoy a meal, a conversation, or a quiet afternoon without allowing fear to steal the present moment. That restoration may not come in a straight line. There will be days when you feel stronger and times when you need to slow down. Do not allow one difficult day to erase the entire process. One sudden rain cannot cancel the new season that is coming. Remain still in my presence and breathe slowly. My beloved child, as you breathe in, remember that life is still being given to you in this moment. As you breathe out, allow the tension you have held for too long to be released. I have not left you in the hallway of waiting, abandoned you among unanswered questions, or despised your weakness. I am here, closer than fear, gentler than pain, and more steadfast than all the weary days. I am breathing new life into your heart, not so that you will run quickly, but so that you will possess enough strength to take each step in peace. Allow me to walk with you through today. You have not been defeated. Your journey has not ended, and in the very place where you thought only exhaustion remained, a quiet renewal is already beginning.